have just arrived in Lyon. I actually ended up reading a lot of my book, so I've only got about 20 pages, 15 pages left, but we're gonna go out for a coffee and maybe some food, so I will get back to my book later tonight. This little apartment that we're staying in is so amazing. My bed is on this balcony. Here's my bed, and of course there's a man playing some beautiful music. Very happy to be here and get back into my reading. I didn't get to read last night because I was editing a video, so you're welcome. Today my dad and I are going to Geneva for the women's Euros. We are going to get the train. How long's the train?
2 hours.
2-hour long train, so I can read then. So we're going to go for breakfast now.
You've got your England shirt on.
I've got my England shirt on. I was debating, like, should I wear it around today and like, or should I get changed into it when we're actually there, because I wasn't sure. I just feel a bit like everyone hates England.
Well, we're literally going to the train station.
We are going to the train station. There's going to be a lot of other people there as well in England stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go for breakfast now. My dad and I have just arrived in Switzerland. On the train over, I finished this book, so I thought I would just give you a little review. I'm gonna say it's like a 3 out of 5. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first book that she wrote. I remember being like, thinking the first one was really clever, and this one just, it didn't impress me as much. The plot was good, but it didn't feel like as detailed. It was entertaining, it was fine, it just wasn't great. The ending was also like just a bit boring. I think because it was about super rich people, the dad died and no one knew who did it, and all they were just fighting over was the inheritance and the money. It felt very frivolous. Obviously that's what it was highlighting. It was highlighting how obsessed they were with money, but I just didn't really care. I did start Dogs of Summer by Andrea Abreu. It's about these two 10-year-old girls who are best friends. It's summer and they just want to go to the beach, but it's all about their relationship and how one of them is kind of obsessed with the other one. She kind of loves her best friend but doesn't really know it yet. And yeah, they're really just gross. In the first few pages it was talking about how she like throws up and shits a lot. The way it's written is definitely like from a 10-year-old's perspective. I'm really enjoying it so far. My dad and I are gonna go find some food and a drink and then go to the football. Can't wait to see the Lionesses.
It is Friday morning and I've just had breakfast with my dad and I'm on my way to my basketball game. I didn't really film anything yesterday because it was a bit chaotic, didn't know what I was doing, but we played 2 matches and unfortunately we lost them both. Everyone was way better than we thought they'd be and we hadn't really played together in a long time. We had 2 completely new players. We just weren't as organised as everyone else, but we had fun, which is the main thing. That's why we're here. And then we went out for a proper Lyonnais dinner. We went to Bouchon Toupin. It's on the middle island bit in Lyon. One of you guys messaged me with that recommendation, so thank you for that. Because everyone was like, Coca, this is amazing. Like, how did you even find this place? I was like, one of my friends. And then this thing that I'm doing is like a LGBT sports thing. And so they have a lot of LGBT events on afterwards. And so we tried to go to this place called El Bar, but unfortunately they were closed at 11:15. Why? It was a Thursday night, so I don't know if it's different here. But anyway, so after we noticed that place was closed, we ended up just going to another bar for one drink and then I went home. Haven't been able to read any more of my books because I've been all over the place, but yeah, I'm having a very good time and eating lots of good food. I'll try and get some basketball footage, but I'm usually on the court, so I'm not sure if I can. See you later.
I'm back from Lyon. My trip was so amazing and I had so much fun with all of my basketball friends. We ended up winning one of our games. Honestly, the standard was much higher than I expected. Everyone was very good, but I'm still really proud of how we played, and the main thing was that we had a lot of fun. I also had so much fun like outside of the basketball. I actually got to see the Lionesses play in Switzerland. Like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. That was just amazing. I can't believe I got to see Adjumang score that goal literally like right at the last minute. Yeah, what an experience. Lyon is a beautiful city. I think it's one of my favorite ones in Europe. Behind Amsterdam, I think it's my second favorite. It just feels so cozy, but still like it's really big and spacious and there's so much greenery around. If you get the chance to go to Lyon, absolutely do it because it's stunning. And yeah, I can't wait to go to the next Eurogames in 2027, and then it's the Gay Games next year in Vienna, and I'm gonna try and go to that too. I had a fantastic time and I read some amazing books. You already know what I think about What a Way to Go, but I also finished Dogs of Summer. This is about 2 10-year-old girls in the Canary Islands and it's their summer holidays and they are just running around, being little girls and getting into trouble. I found this book in Queer Lit, so this also explores the relationship between the 2 best friends and how one of them is kind of feeling a little bit more than just normal friendship. She's not really sure what it is because she's 10 years old. I adore this book. I really am so happy with it. I think I rated it a 4.75 out of 5. The way that it's written fully immerses you in like a 10-year-old's brain. I felt like I was reading a 10-year-old's diary almost, because the voice is so strong. She just has such an innocent point of view. That's also quite hard to read because as an adult, you know what she's experiencing is so traumatic. It will affect her in some way and you can see it affecting her, but just she doesn't really know why and what's happening and why she's feeling certain ways. It made me realise that some of the things that happened to me when I was younger were kind of not normal. It would be great if they didn't happen, but for example, me and my friends going on Omegle and being exposed to freaky men online. The girls did something similar to that in here. There are definitely some very traumatic scenes and they're quite explicit. Have a little look into that before you pick it up. It is also quite sad at the end, but definitely don't let that stop you from picking it up. The next book that I moved on to, literally just yesterday actually, is Page Boy by Elliot Page. This is a memoir by Elliot Page. It is about how he is trans and how going through all of that in the public eye was so hard. If you don't know who Elliot Page is, he's an actor in The Umbrella Academy and also Juno in Juno. I'm only about 30-40 pages in right now and I already love it. For me, it's really important to read books like this just to help me understand trans people as much as I can, because I have a lot of trans friends, so that I can be the best ally that I can be. Besides the educating yourself part, it's just a really great story. Elliot's a very good storyteller. I feel like actors are. All of the like anecdotes that he's describing are very beautifully written. I think this is something that people should read if they just really don't understand being transgender. He talks about his inner feelings and how he felt like a boy since he was 4 years old. If someone can feel that way from so young when the world hasn't really influenced them that much, I feel like it's easier to believe for someone who is skeptical. I'm very excited to read more of this, but I'm gonna finish this video here because I have to pack and get ready to go to Portugal for a month. But I hope you enjoyed this reading video. It's been a long time coming, and yeah, I will see you in my next one.